Hello, everyone. Welcome to the chapter What is a web service? This chapter aims to give you all the required knowledge to understand what a web service is. Let's get the ball rolling. In its simplest form, a web service is a framework for a conversation between two computers. Client and server can be developed by using different programming languages, but what helps them be backward compatible is uniform interface of communication that includes components such as message formats, request structure, and a response structure. Before we go any further, let's look at the types of communication patterns between web services. Basically, there are two types. The first type is Synchronous Request-Response mode. This mode is used when the requester expects an immediate response. The second type is Asynchronous Messaging mode. This mode is used when the requester doesn't expect either an immediate response or any response at all. This mode provides maximum scalability and resiliency. In this course, we will only consider Synchronous Request-Response mode in details. Now, let's look at the example of Synchronous Request-Response communication pattern. In this mode, the first service sends the second service a request with a message over the internet, and the second service receives the sent request, processes the sent request based on received information, and finally returns the first service a response with information that was requested. The advantage of this mode is that this mode is easy to implement. As for disadvantage of this mode is that this mode creates a strong coupling between two services. The first service cannot work without the second service being available. To mitigate this, we have to work around communication failures by either implementing a retry mechanism or fallback mechanism. Having considered Synchronous Request-Response mode, let's look at asynchronous communication pattern. In asynchronous messaging mode, the first service sends a message to a message broker in a topic and forgets about this message, while the second service subscribes to the topic that is fed with all the messages belonging to that topic. The service do not need to know each other at all by using this communication pattern to communicate. What they need to know that there are messages of certain formats with a certain payload. The first advantage of this mode is that this mode creates loosely coupling between services. Messaging makes services loosely coupled, since the second service doesn't need to be available at the time the first service sends the message. The second advantage of this mode is that this mode provides automatic retry. Depending on the message broker, we get a retry mechanism for free. If the second service is not currently available, the message broker will try to deliver the message again until the second service finally gets it. As for disadvantage of this mode, message broker must not fail. Using a message broker, we just introduce a piece of central infrastructure that is needed by all the services that want to communicate asynchronously. If the message broker fails, all the services will discontinue functioning.